The most frustrating part about dropshipping are the long shipping times and the customer disputes. So how do you deal with this? Let me give you some advice. Let's talk about shipping times. Customers are going to complain when they realize that shipping is taking longer than they expected. What can you do to minimize the complaints that you'll receive because of this? Here are some tips. Clearly state your shipping timeframe on the cart and checkout pages. Personally, I put the shipping timeframe under each product name, like this. Add the shipping timeframe to your terms and conditions page. Not to mention, make sure your terms are watertight so that you're protected as much as possible. And when you can afford it, engage a lawyer to write your terms out for you so that everything is 100% legal and according to your own jurisdiction. Put the shipping timeframe in all customer emails. So when a customer receives an email confirming their purchase, make sure the timeframe is in there. And when they receive an email to confirm that the product has been shipped out, put it in there too. By doing all these things, you're making sure that you protect yourself if a customer decides to open a dispute in the future with their payment provider. Another thing you can do is use suppliers other than Aliexpress. Some examples include Obolo, Spocket, eProlo, and several others. And by using these companies, you can decrease your shipping time to as little as 7 days. And one other thing I like to do is get in touch with merchants directly on Alibaba and ask them if they can do dropshipping for you. Usually the answer is yes, and I found that their shipping times are much faster than Aliexpress. If you're shipping from China and you don't do everything you can to make sure your shipping times are clear to your customer, you're gonna get disputes. And even if you do everything correctly, you're still gonna get them because, spoiler alert,
customers don't read.
So how do you deal with disputes and how do you make sure that you win as many disputes as possible? Well, I've got you covered. Down below in the description area, I have a link to a Google Doc which has my PayPal dispute template. Using this template, I've managed to win 95% of my PayPal cases, and I'm sure it'll be helpful if you use other payment providers too. In this template, I've covered off everything I have done to make the customer aware of the shipping timeframe. So everything we've spoken about in the previous section, I've included in this template so that PayPal can make the right decision. And usually that decision is in my favor. So with PayPal disputes, what I tend to do is I leave my response to the dispute probably a day or 2 days before it's due. Now the reason for this is I like to give the delivery as much time as possible for it to be delivered, and that's why I like to postpone my response to as late as possible. This gives you a higher chance of winning and making your case look stronger. Make sure that you check for disputes that are coming up. Sometimes PayPal will ask you to provide a shipping label as proof of delivery, and you'll need some time, maybe a couple of days, to procure this from your supplier. What you'll need to do is get in touch with your supplier and ask them for this shipping label for that order. By doing this, you're going to be more likely to win your case if you can provide it. And if you don't have enough time to provide this shipping label, you might lose the case. So just make sure that you're checking your disputes and that you know what's coming up. So that's it for today. I hope this video has helped give you some tips on how to deal with customer disputes and shipping times. One more thing I want to suggest is a virtual assistant. So when you get to that stage and you're making money and getting orders, consider hiring a virtual assistant to help you deal with customer complaints and emails. This will just make your life so much easier and you'll be able to focus on the more important things like making money and running your business. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them down below and I will respond. But yeah, thanks for watching and I will see you guys next week. As always, if you appreciate my free content, please consider subscribing to my channel. By doing this, you're making it easier for other people to also find this free content and hopefully get something out of it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.